The way most companies make their biggest, most expensive decisions, it's kind of broken. A lot of those multi-million euro bets, they're often based on little more than a gut feeling. Well, today we're going to explore a much smarter way. Now, what you're seeing here, this isn't just a choice between two different options. This is the key to a fundamentally better workflow. It's a system that could save your company millions simply by asking the right questions at the right time. So, picture this. You're in the boardroom. The pressure is on. You're about to sign off on a massive budget for a huge strategic move. Let's say you're taking your SaaS company into the European market. Everyone's looking at you. The stakes are incredibly high. And that's the real fear, isn't it? The biggest risk isn't just the €500,000 consulting fee. No, the real risk is spending a fortune and months of your team's valuable time just to find out you were answering the wrong question all along. Okay, so let's get to know the two main players in this story. Roland Berger, the strategic consulting powerhouse, and Atypica, the super-fast AI-powered research tool. Right off the bat, you can see these two operate in completely different universes. You've got Roland Berger representing that classic top-down heavyweight approach to strategy. And then you've got Atypica, which is all about a new bottom-up data-first approach, really built for the age of AI. With a traditional firm, you're looking at a serious commitment, 6 to 12 weeks just to get your first round of strategic insights. I mean, that's an entire business quarter. Atypical, on the other hand, well, it can deliver targeted insights from real users in just 20 minutes. Literally, in the time it takes you to go grab a coffee, you could get initial validation on a core business idea. The difference is just staggering. So, here's the absolute crucial point. Seeing this as an either-or decision is a huge mistake. It's like asking a carpenter to choose between their hammer and their saw. You wouldn't do that, right? They're both essential, but for different jobs. This isn't about replacement. It's about having the right tool for the right stage of the project. So, how does this actually work in practice? Well, it all builds into this really powerful new way of thinking. It's called the staged validation model, and it's specifically designed to de-risk those massive investments. The entire philosophy is captured perfectly right here. It's all about being smart with your capital. Test the waters with a small, fast investment before you commit the big war chest. It just makes sense. And here is the new workflow in all its glory. See, it's not Atypica or Roland Berger, it's Atypica, then Roland Berger. You start with that rapid exploration to test your gut feelings, you refine your ideas based on what real users say, and only then, once you know you're pointed in the right direction, do you bring in the heavy-hitting consultants with a validated, much smarter brief. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds great in theory, but does it actually work? Oh yeah. Let's look at a real-world case study of a SaaS company planning a European expansion and see what happens when you do it the old way versus the new way. So, path A here is the old way. They went straight to the big consulting engagement, spent €800,000, and after 3 months of work, they launched a product that completely struggled. Why? Because their core assumptions about the market were just flat out wrong. But then you look at path B, and that's where the magic happens. A quick 20-minute test with Atypica revealed some shocking, fatal flaws in their original plan. It turned out European users were way more price-sensitive and had this extreme focus on data privacy, two things the initial strategy had completely missed. And the result of that simple upfront check? A staggering €2 million saved. That's development costs that would have been totally wasted building the wrong product for the wrong market. That is the power of validating first. Okay, so this is great, but how can you actually apply this to your own work? Let's break it down into a simple, practical framework for deciding when to use each tool. So, when do you use a tool like Atypica? Think of it as your rapid response unit. It's for speed and exploration. It's perfect for testing those hypotheses before you invest big, for validating user needs on the fly, and for when you just need answers, fast. And when do you call in the big guns like Roland Berger? This is for execution, depth, and credibility. When it's a massive bet-the-company decision or a complex operational change, their deep expertise is absolutely essential. This is when the board wants that third-party validation. And of course, the sweet spot is when you use both. This is the staged validation model. You use Atypical to explore and de-risk the big questions first. Then, you bring in Roland Berger to execute that validated strategy with absolute precision. It's the best of both worlds. So, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Stop thinking of these tools as competitors. It's not a replacement, it's a simple division of labor. One is for exploration, the other is for execution. Which leaves us with one final thought to take back to your team. Look at your biggest projects, your most important initiatives, and ask yourself this simple, powerful question. What expensive assumption are we making right now that we could test in the next 20 minutes? Because in today's world, the companies that win aren't just the ones that make the biggest bets, they're the ones that make the smartest ones.